Crew podcast.
We have liftoff, baby. Welcome to another episode of the Cabin Crew podcast. I'm Ben. That's Aaron. We got the guys. The crew is in the house, and Aaron is wearing a shirt. That's all I can say. What's on? Is that cactus? Cacti?
We got some cactus. We got some like a little Jeep thing, fresh out of the Bronx Zoo. So I had to wear like a safari type shirt today.
Sweet.
So styling and profiling, as the kids say.
Oh yeah. How you doing, fellow kids? It's like you're like Steve Buscemi in the meme.
That's literally how I feel. I mean, the button is a little too low.
It's a little low. It's not like
got the chest hair popping.
I've seen lower, so it could be worse.
It's true. Yeah. It's not a no man's land button, but it's still a little out there.
Yeah, it's an appearance, so you're going to go for it. I feel like the Jets have been all over town. They haven't been to the zoo. Yeah. When are they going to go to the zoo? I mean, is it the Bronx Zoo? Maybe they go to the Central Park Zoo, but Aaron Rodgers got to take the guys.
I did think that for a brief moment. I was like, ooh, this would be a hot place for Aaron Rodgers to take a fellow teammate. And then I remember they're in Carolina. So
yes,
it's not going to happen.
Not this week. Maybe before the season, Robert Saleh can take them to visit some eagles and crows, maybe? I don't know.
Feed some crows to the eagles. A little team bonding activity.
Yeah, just teaching the lesson, too. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
So we mentioned the Crow and the Eagle because Hard Knocks was this week. Aaron and I both watched it. Aaron live tweeted it. You can follow us at Cabin Crew Pod on Twitter or X, TikTok and Instagram. We post videos. And Hard Knocks was the Jets storyline of the week. So tell me biggest takeaway from you.
So I watched it twice. I watched it Tuesday night, did the live
committed.
tweet. So, if you do follow us, follow the thread along as you're watching Hard Knocks or check it out after. Some funny moments, funny memes. But I had to watch it a second time because it was so good.
It was.
The production from One Jets Drive to Hard Knocks is like, One Jets Drive was good. Hard Knocks it's 1,000 times better.
It's HBO Sports,
it's
right?
HBO,
And it's like NFL films. Shout out One Jets Drive. That came out Monday night on YouTube. I watched it. It was great, but I feel like we had seen some of the videos already on social media that week, and it was maybe just that, but like you got more of the picture from it. But Hard Knocks killed it. I mean, literally, it was amazing. It was really fun to watch.
It was awesome. And you get the behind the scenes in the meetings. I feel like One Jets Drive didn't really show a lot of was the meeting room, which that's, I think, the most interesting part about Hard Knocks is you get players talking to the coaches talking to players, their talking points. That's what I like to see from Hard Knocks. Also thought, when One Jets Drive had their clips of practices and coaches talking, I could barely hear it. It was super faint. Hard Knocks, it's just a step above. It's so good.
One Jets Drive might need an audio guy, so we can hopefully get someone on that. But listen, Hard Knocks, I was thinking about this, now that you mention it, they had every single position room, I guess you could say, right? Like they went from the defense to the offense to the linebackers to the running backs to whatever. But they didn't have like an all coaches meeting. And I don't know if those don't happen yet this season, but I feel like when I watched the Lions last year and whoever Cowboys year before, there was always an all coaches meeting. So maybe I'm missing something.
I wonder if that's part of the restriction that they're...
Could be. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe they're limiting that. Which you bring up a good point because those are interesting too. See the coaches talking to each other, talking about certain guys, but what they've said was they're trying to not show guys get cut. Maybe they're taking those conversations
private
out of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, even I was reading a recap and some guy in the Hall of Fame game, which we can get to later, was making plays and Robert Saleh was like, I love that fucking guy. He's so fast. Yeah. But you didn't really get like a profile on him because maybe they don't want to follow guys who may get cut because then you're going to have to show that.
Sure. And because that's a good point you bring up, because usually they mention that guy and then they'll have an interview with that guy. They'll show his life, his career,
which could still happen. There's 4 more episodes left, so they could start something. So my big takeaways, I don't know. There was honestly so many because it went all over the place. But we can start at the beginning. The Crow versus the Eagle. Did you like that pep talk? Did you not?
I had goosebumps. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was up there with the Rex Ryan "Let's get a goddamn snack" speech. I thought it was that good. It was so good, but the players' reaction too, like a lot of them looked like their minds were blown hearing this animal fact to start either a practice or a meeting or whatever. It was cool to kind of see Saleh in that. You know, he's pretty reserved, pretty calculated in what he says. It's cool to see him, you know, kind of loosen up a little bit, see how he interacts with the guys.
That's so interesting you say that, because I was listening to New York Sports Talk Radio and they were saying the exact opposite. That players were like laughing and like not getting it and not understanding what he was talking about. What was Twitter saying? Was Twitter like, this is an amazing speech?
That's what I thought. The overwhelming
fan
kind of
reaction
review of it, reaction was, he's our guy. This is our coach. Like,
there was some people very critical. Yeah. Okay. That's honestly, I was like, this is a dope story. Hey, I don't want to name names, but you know, love, you know, WFAN, but there are some callers who just call in and be like, what kind of leader is this? Like a stupid crow and an eagle? Like players didn't understand it. And I was like, I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
How do the players not some people are just so stupid whenever they try to look too much into things rather than being like, hell of an analogy.
So you're after watching Hard Knocks, you're like all aboard the Robert Saleh train is what you're saying.
100%. Not even just the speech. The speech got me amped up, ready to go. Just seeing him on the sidelines, anytime Aaron Rodgers throws a ball or Zach Wilson throws a good ball, seeing how happy he is. He just seems like an enthusiastic coach. Yeah. Who has a little bit of a personality, nothing over the top, but light years more than what we've had in the past, whether Gase or Todd Bowles, you name him. He seems like he's someone that just is enthusiastic and wants to be there. Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely got passion for his guys. You saw it in the Hall of Fame game, and he seems so, you say happy about the Aaron Rodgers throws, but he almost seems surprised because I don't think he's seen that level of competence. He's like, holy shit, every Aaron Rodgers throw.
I mean, even when he was the D coordinator on the Niners, I mean, who'd they have as their quarterback?
Was that Garoppolo? Or was that?
Was it Garoppolo?
Alex Smith?
It might have been either one of those. I mean, Rodgers is light years ahead of them. So
for sure, either one.
And that one throw that Rodgers had that they showed it in the defensive room, defensive coordinator was talking about it.
Yeah, he's like, we got that fucking guy.
Across the field. Like
no look, basically. Yeah, back foot.
No human being, I think he said, can make that throw on this earth, and he's our quarterback. He's the quarterback of the New York Jets.
Was that the quote? Was that the quote of the episode when Jeff Ulbrich said, "No other guy on planet Earth can make that throw, and he's our quarterback"? Yeah. Would you say that was your favorite quote?
I'd say that was one of the favorite quotes. The other one would probably be Zach Wilson in the primetime game, or not the primetime game, the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah,
when he threw that ball to Malik and. He goes, that was a dime and a half. He said it about his own throw. So he's getting a little swagger back, getting a little confidence back. But
I like Zach Wilson. I came out of this episode being like, all right, if this dude's is our quarterback, I can get behind that. 100% Aaron Rodgers. Like when he was joking around, I feel like, all right, we'll get back to Zach Wilson in a second, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers, when he does interviews, he's monotone. He's like, goal is the Super Bowl this year, and we're just going to be working our butts off to get to that Super Bowl, and we got a really good team this year, and we'll just see what happens. But when he's joking around, he's like, "Hey, Nate, you want to go say hi to Liev Schreiber?" It's like, no, he's like, don't be an asshole, man. Like, go
it's
say
much,
hi.
Much different.
He's got personality. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what's good about Hard Knocks. It is a distraction, I guess, quote unquote distraction.
For sure. Yeah.
For Aaron Rodgers, it's probably the best thing for him as a person. That was the other overwhelming majority of people online were like, I used to hate Aaron Rodgers. I love him now. He seems like a really good dude.
Yeah.
One of our friends texted us, he was on the show before.
Fan.
He was not a Jets fan, Bills fan, and he was hyped to get some more Aaron Rodgers content. So, if anything, this is good not only for his legacy, but just for his character being shown that, he is a good guy and he's funny and he's a good teammate.
He is a great teammate. I can tell he's even talking to the defensive guys. Him and Sauce are actually kind of friends. I don't get it. I don't see what they could talk about other than football, but it works.
I mean, we're going to have to look up what's the second oldest person on the Jets. What does he have in common with any of these players?
Yeah, I don't know. Other than football. Yeah, I'm not sure. But he took Alan Lazard to the Jets or the Rangers game and the Knicks game, right? Yeah. Like, I guess they all like sports, but they're not talking about drugs or dating or whatever. Maybe they are. They got that handshake, Aaron Rodgers and Sauce, right?
I mean, it just, for someone who's almost 40 years old to be able to relate to players that are 21, 22, 23 years old. And he even said it in that one kind of clip where he was breaking down the quarterbacks. He said, don't sit with the same people every day, meet new people, meet your teammates. Yep. It just shows what kind of a person he is, and he wants to be a good teammate.
Yeah, I mean, because he's had that perspective, right? He's been in the league for how many years? 18? Yeah. That might be a lot. 15 years, let's say.
Yeah.
Don't fact check us. But he's like, he knows that you have to create a community and a sense of camaraderie in order to succeed. Yeah. And he's not fucking around this year, and he wants everyone to like each other. So if the offense doesn't perform, the defense holds them accountable. If the defense doesn't perform, the offense holds them accountable. That's obviously not something that they had last year with Zach Wilson.
No.
Sadly, since the Jacksonville game. But Zach Wilson's going to fucking learn to do that. Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers is leading by example. I love it.
Yeah, it's really good to see, and it's good for the whole organization. Kind of changing the culture. That's what, since Saleh has come in, that's kind of been his motto, is change the culture. And I feel like from last year, this year is just a complete 180 of the culture of the New York Jets.
And the whole nation is seeing it now on Hard Knocks. So that's a positive. The only complaint about the Aaron Rodgers hype minute and a half segment that even Will sent us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the song choice for the HBO guys.
Could have been a better song choice. I mean, Ed Sheeran has some bangers, but
for sure. Yeah.
Definitely could have done something better with that. I agree. Yeah. It was like a little too light for the moment. And
it was fun, but there was like so many easier songs to choose. Like, he went to a Taylor Swift concert. Why don't we drop that in? Or literally any rock song. I'm sure like Aaron Rodgers is probably a classic rock guy. He seems like it to me.
Or put some play show tunes in there. Put a little
like
Wicked.
He went to go see Wicked, or they were the defensive lineman or whoever. We're talking about MJ the musical, the Michael Jackson. You could have dropped a Thriller in there. That might have been weird.
Yeah,
but, you never know.
Something. Seemed like a slam dunk they missed on.
Yeah, they just missed it. But there'll be more opportunities. Yeah. And again, 4 more episodes. Big fan of Hard Knocks, and it ended with the preseason game, which sort of. They were talking about Zach Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett, which, by the way, Nathaniel Hackett, he seems like also a funny dude. I can see why him and Aaron Rodgers get along.
For sure. He and everything has gone against what Sean Payton said. He seems like a great coach.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Completely wrong on what Sean Payton said. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett looks like a guy who has been around the league, is super passionate about what he does, and is almost like Aaron Rodgers said, you think it's fake. Like you see him saying like he feels like he's floating like a butterfly today, all that stuff.
He just got that energy. Yeah.
He's got that dog in him.
He does. He grew up around the NFL. His dad, Paul Hackett, was a defensive coordinator for how many years? So he's literally been around it his whole life, and he coached in college a little bit, and he never played. But when they were playing, I was worried Hard Knocks was not going to address it. But when they were playing that basketball pylon game, they addressed the Sean Payton thing, and I was like, all right, they're leaning into this, and that was kind of refreshing to see that they're actually going to address it.
And what an epic psych out by Rodgers, just saying Sean Payton.
Yeah.
To throw Nathaniel Hackett off. That was a great line. I mean, it's you got to use it.
What were the other ones they said? I caught D's Nuts, maybe we got.
D's Nuts was one.
Naked Clowns, I think.
Naked Clowns. Nathaniel Hackett said that. I mean, decent.
Right.
Maybe they cut out some
more
other ones that maybe could not have been said.
What would you have said?
What would I have said? Oof.
Oh, should we dub it over? Is that what you're saying?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. We should dub it over. So you go first. You do your first psych out.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to keep it PG. I can't do it.
Can't do it. No, it's impossible. Kids, if you're listening.
Earmuffs. Suck a dick.
It's a good one. It's a classic one.
Mm-hmm.
My mind immediately went to the Curb episode where Marty Funkhauser was telling the joke to Jerry Seinfeld. You see that one?
No.
And the punchline of the joke was, "Your cunt is in the sink."
I don't get it.
That's where my mind went to on that one.
Okay, that's
your cunt is in the sink.
Hey, yes. That's,
sorry, Zach.
Kids, earmuffs. Yeah. We did get a little Zach FaceTime. I saw him in the team meeting room during Saleh's speech.
Yep.
Was not featured on Hard Knocks in the Hall of Fame game, but he was out there. He had a catch.
1 catch, 6 yards, 1 target. I mean,
something to build off of.
I did see a reporter say that he looks good on special teams. So if that's they're saying that that's the way for him to make the team and then kind of grow into the tight end position, but that's one thing I saw. So hopefully keep going on special teams, Zach.
Yeah, injuries will happen. Yeah, I mean, CJ Uzama didn't play. That Yeboah guy has been playing a lot ahead of him, so that's troublesome. But Zach, again, we're rooting for you. Jets play the Panthers this week. They're in Carolina. So again, that preseason game it's an extra preseason game. They still have 3 games after this.
Yeah.
And I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to play. I doubt it.
I think they already said no.
Any of the games, not just Carolina.
Oh, really?
No, I'm asking you. Do you think he'll play any of the games?
Which one isn't like the one before the last one, like the
dress rehearsal?
Dress rehearsal. So I could see
maybe
him probably playing that one, maybe just a drive, just to get some reps. But what's the point? Why even risk it for a drive? Say worst case, like God forbid something happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that like the biggest fumble ever?
Could be. He'll be ready. I mean, has he hurt himself in a preseason game before? I feel like he'll be smart. Still, if Zach Wilson can just get reps against other teams' ones, that's all the better. When the games don't count, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's probably smart to do, especially with his swagger that he had. That Hall of Fame game, just keep building his confidence.
Hell yeah. And I feel like the Panthers are probably testing him during, training camp this week.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting because he'll see the schemes and he'll kind of know going in like you would in a normal game week. So that'll be fascinating. Before we kind of head to preseason games, did I miss anything on Hard Knocks that maybe you saw?
Only other thing was that banger of a song in the beginning, the go, 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 go Jets. I mean,
what was that? I was going to ask you.
Dude,
I've never heard that.
Me neither. Why have I not heard that song before? Why don't they play that at Jets games, and why not? Why is that not the chant
instead of JETS? Yeah.
Well, you could have JETS. You can keep that.
Yeah.
Keep it if that's what the fans like. But can you imagine the whole stadium being like, "Go, go, 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 Jets"? Like
that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean. Man, what a missed opportunity. You got to bring that back. I mean, if they're having the throwback jerseys this year,
bring back the
song.
Here's our test for every Jets fan watching. Rewatch Hard Knocks and just rewatch those first 5 minutes. Find that clip. Well, we can earmark it. And then learn the lyrics. It's probably pretty easy. You just got to learn the tune.
Learn the tune, and I mean, probably 75% of it is just go, 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 Jets. I mean, it's
easy. Yeah.
And it's
if
awesome.
The Eagles can have fly, Eagles, fly, which is also like a very simple thing, the Jets can have something too. I know we've been knocking our fans a lot, ourselves included, but it's a song. Like if you know other songs, you can do it. Yep. Let's learn the lyrics next week, and we can do a little acapella, like back in the day. Picture hat. We'll bring it back.
I like
do a little acapella of Go Jets, Go, which was I think the song like during the '69 Super Bowl season or something. They kind of reference that.
I mean, this is our challenge to Jets fans. Let's bring this song back. Let's, back to the winning days.
Yep.
Bring it back to now. We're on the winning train. Perfect time.
Expectations are not just high for the team; they're high for the fans. We got to show up and show out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to do some different things. So this is our chance here.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's a challenge. We talked about training camp, and we saw the Jets fans there. There was a lot of training camp practice, less behind-the-scenes stuff, and one Jets drive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was your biggest takeaway from that? I guess it was also like a 45-minute episode that the Jets dropped. What was your favorite part of that?
Favorite part of that was probably getting a little bit of a more look at Quinnen Williams. Don't really hear a lot from him either. He's not really outspoken. Clearly from the interview, he's very soft-spoken, very hard to understand.
For sure.
He's a fast talker, and one highlight, because I watch things with subtitles. Anytime he said practice, it corrected to President's Day.
The subtitle said President's Day.
Subtitles said President's Day, and it did sound like he said President's Day. But yeah, it was kind of interesting to see. The part that really stood out was when he was going through his contract stuff, and he said he was texting his teammates every day at OTAs, like, "Oh, what are we doing?"
He was engaged. Yep.
He wasn't going anywhere.
No,
he was going to be a Jet.
Yeah, he likes all those dudes and I think once his brother, right, Quincy Williams, signed, he even said in the interview, like, it's a family affair. We're keeping this shit together, and we're going to run it back. And that's probably was always motivation for him to stay.
Yeah, and it's crazy just that they kind of made this. I don't know how it all came to happen, but they said that's their goal ever since they were little kids, was to play on the same team. And
they're playing on an NFL team
NFL team, right?
No.
They were probably thinking college, like high school.
Right. Yeah.
But now they're playing professional football on the same team together.
It's pretty amazing. Both at a very high level.
Yeah.
That's rare.
It's not like one of them is a stud and one of them's a slouch. I mean, they're both very, very good.
And highly paid. And Q, obviously, more so than Quincy, but Quincy's a great player.
Yes.
I'm not making excuses for Quinnen Williams, but when he came out of Alabama, he did wear braces, and I feel like for a few years after you wear braces, not that I ever did, you kind of talk a little bit more softer spoken because you're very insecure about your mouth. And again, not making excuses, but if he's a little soft spoken, then it's because he used to have
that's fine.
The braces.
Yeah.
And it just shocked me. The biggest part about that Q thing was that he's like smiling all the time. He's like, I love my daughter. I can't wait to do that with my guys. Like, I'm just so happy to be back here. And then on the field, he's a fucking beast. I don't get it. Like, is he smiling at the quarterback and be like, sorry, Mr. Mahomes, like, you're such a good quarterback. I'm sorry I sacked you. Like, is he also just a gentleman on the field? I can't imagine it.
I don't know. Hopefully in some of these joint practices or whatever that Hard Knocks covers, and hopefully one Jets Drive covers, we can see a little bit of the other side.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Q in Hard Knocks, or not at all. I don't think in the first episode at least.
No, I think he had one line when he said, "Thanks for Aaron Rodgers for helping us out this year." That was it. Yeah. They didn't mention his extension, which I was kind of surprised about.
That was interesting.
Maybe they'll mention it next week, but I don't know if it was just Aaron Rodgers just took over everything and that's what they covered. But
now I'm getting confused. What was the Shaq and Kobe quote? Was that one Jets Drive? Shaq and Kobe. Kobe and Shaq when he was talking about him and Sauce? That must have been one Jets.
I think that was Hard Knocks.
Okay. And he named, and then some coach came in and he's like, John Stockton. It's like, that's funny.
That was funny. I don't know. Maybe that was one Jet. I don't know.
I wrote down Rodgers, the Pro-Am, Quinn Williams, Elijah Vera Tucker, first day of camp, Method Man, Sauce Rodgers. Maybe it was on the first day of camp, but they were doing the Shaq and Kobe thing. That was one Jets drive then in that case. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. I would think so. But still.
Also, didn't know Method Man was a Jets fan. That was news to me.
No idea. And from his word, he's been a season ticket holder forever. So, hey, all right. He did not make our celebrity top 8. But
I'll raise my hand. I'm not a Wu-Tang guy. Maybe that's it. That's the reason. I don't know a lot about Wu-Tang.
And, I mean, I'm sure people who like rap respect, and know who Method Man is. But in my mind, I think Rodgers and him kind of talked briefly like these guys don't know. Like, these kids are 21, 22 years old.
Correct.
Wu-Tang was, 90s? Early 90s?
Early to mid-90s, which we would have been too young as young 30-somethings. And Rodgers is a late 30-something, so maybe he was more of that growing up with it. We grew up with, like, Eminem and 50 Cent, but, like, Wu-Tang was right before that.
That was my oldest brother, was Wu-Tang, and he was born in the 80s, so...
That makes sense.
I mean, yeah, so those guys...
RZA and Ghostface Killah, I believe, were the guys.
Yeah.
RZA, RZA. Don't fact check us.
Yeah, don't quote us on that.
Method Man, maybe we'll see him. I will say, if there are any Jets fans who want to go to training camp next Thursday, I have tickets that I am not going to use. August 17th, I think it's a joint practice against the Buccaneers.
Big one.
If you want those tickets, DM us at Cabin Crew Pod. This is buried in the middle of an episode.
Yes.
We're not going to post a video, but if you're listening right now, you are in New Jersey, the greater New York metropolitan area. I'll be there on the 16th, the day before, but I'm not going on Thursday, the 17th. If you want those tickets at Jets Training Camp, DM us at Cabin Crew Pod. Give us your email, and I'll forward them to you.
Yeah. DM us on anything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Just DM us.
Anywhere.
Let us know.
And
and like Ben said, we are not posting a video. Usually we post clips of the podcast. We're not doing this. You have to listen to the episode. If you listen, we're at 27 minutes in. So you had to do a little bit of work to get here. So we're gonna hopefully see a DM from at least one fan that wants to go to training camp.
I'm not asking for anything. I'm asking for you to you don't even have. I'm not even saying like our videos, follow us. Just tell us you're listening. You like our Jets content. You like the Zach Kuntz jokes. You don't even have to like them. You tolerate them. You listen to them. We'll take them.
That's all it is at this point is tolerance. That's it.
So that's it. So there's a couple training camp tickets on Thursday, August 17th up for grabs. DM us at Cabin Crew Pod. All right, Aaron, did I miss anything with One Jets Drive?
No, you did not. And I was just going to say, the free tickets. We're not going to charge.
Nope.
We're not going to
not asking for
sell
anything.
them. No. Free tickets.
One Jets
free
fan
tickets
to another.
See the Jets. Yeah. Yep.
And this will be, I think, the second to last open practice. There's one more the following week, and that's it. And this is a joint practice. You get to see Todd Bowles if you're a Bullhead.
Yeah. If you're a Bullhead. Or, I was going to say, or if you're a Buccaneers fan, let us know. But no.
Definitely
got to be a Jets fan. Yeah.
If you're a Baker Mayfield guy, Mike Evans. This is... And Sauce versus Mike Evans.
First person to DM us.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Not
yes.
saying there's going to be multiple, but hopefully we get one.
I have 4. Take your family.
Take your friends. Take your buddies. Tailgate. Get there early. It's a vibe, man.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time. DM us at Cabin Crew Pod anywhere. Please. Rate us 5 stars would be nice. Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
While you're there, you might as well hit the follow button.
Might as well. Yeah. I think they listen. People listen. If you're in Tunisia, you'd have to get a flight. We're not paying for that to Newark.
Cannot pay. Yes, that's what's a disclaimer. We're not paying for travel.
Correct.
So if you do not live in the greater New York metropolitan area or whatever.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
If you have to travel, that's your own money. We
not reimbursing you for gas or public transportation or anything like that. Okay.
No.
Fair. Good. I'm glad
we'll give you
I brought that up.
Give you a private bonus episode, like a 10-minute 10-minute bonus episode.
What is that? What are we doing? Like private room? Private dance with the guys?
Maybe that's not the right thing to do.
Aaron's
scratch that from the record.
Yeah, he's been in the sun too long all day at the zoo. You can get thinking weird thoughts.
Grizzly bears really got my mind racing. So yeah,
it's all right. Yeah. So what a week of Jets content. We'll get it again this coming week.
Yeah.
Most likely highlighting the Panthers game. There was one hiccup in Jets land this week where during joint practices with the Panthers, the Jets were like, Aaron Rodgers was a little unhappy. I forgot the story. I'm sure you read it too, but it was the coverage kind of sucked and they went 3 and out. I think they went 3 and out on a 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's unacceptable. So I am not worried. Not hitting the panic button.
No, and it's probably a good thing that they're getting frustrated. I mean, it's not all going to come easy. I think if they weren't getting frustrated and they were just like, whatever, that might have been more of a red flag. But the fact that they're kind of butting heads, there's a little bit of conflict. It's probably good that they expect when they're in the red zone or whatever.
2-minute drill. Yep.
2-minute drill. They expect they're going to score or be in a position to.
At least get in the field goal range. Yeah, do something.
Yeah.
It's a little concerning.
Little concerning. Little
not
concerning.
Worried, but I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, but they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. And that was like the first day, and I think there's like 2 or 3 days of joint practices, so there's more time to figure it out. And listen, comments I saw was more about the offensive line is the weak part of the Jets. And hey, one person we didn't see in Hard Knocks or one Jets drive was Dalvin Cook. He did visit. No. The cameras were there. No mention of him, which to me is probably a sign that like there's no way he's coming. But I think this whole offensive line thing just highlights the fact that even if we did have Dalvin Cook in there, it's no guarantee he's going to do anything.
He's going to do anything. Right. And the longer this goes on, I saw something, I think it was late last night, someone tweeted out that the Jets are becoming increasingly frustrated with Dalvin Cook, that it's continuing to drag on. It's just like, dude, whatever. We're moving on. We're past it.
Oh my goodness. My prom analogy continues. If you're like, I want to ask this girl, I want to go out there, and you're like talking to her and you're talking to her friends and she seems really interested, but she's not agreeing to go with you to prom, fuck her and find someone else.
Yeah. You got a great date already in Breece Hall.
His name's Breece. He's like, he might be a little late or he might just show up right on time, but he's going to be there.
He's going to be there. And you know what? He's going to be reliable.
Yep.
He's going to be dependable.
He's not going to leave you.
Loyal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need.
What more can you ask for?
Sometimes it's the thrill of the chase, right?
Maybe
is that what they say?
The thrill of the chase. Yeah, the fun is in the journey. It's not the destination.
Right. And
we do want the destination of the Super Bowl. We'll say that.
We do. But I don't think, again, that we need Dalvin Cook to get there.
It's all right. And let's figure out the offensive line issue first, and then we worry about other things. So there's been a lot of discussion there. We won't dive into it because there'll be things that I'll figure out. I did see one interesting thing. Did you mention this? Were we talking behind the scenes about like Taylor Lewan?
Yes. He lost a lot of weight.
Well, oh no, I was saying the Jets could sign him.
Jets could sign him. I mean,
he's been a reliable.
He's been, Pro Bowl, All Pro, I think, offensive lineman for years. So would be a good veteran presence to get in there.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a left tackle or right tackle, or he can play both. Maybe right tackle. But it's because Dwayne Brown's hurt, so Dwayne Brown's not playing left tackle. And Mekhi Becton is going to be a big question mark.
Sure.
I don't know. I like Mekhi. But if he's healthy, that's great. I know you're a big Mekhi guy.
I was in the beginning. I mean, the comments after the Hall of Fame game were a little, he took himself out of that game because
what would you see?
I saw that he took himself out because he was fine. He wasn't hurt or anything, but the turf was not a good playing surface. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he took himself out of the game because he didn't want to get hurt. But I mean, he's got to prove himself now. We did say this. We said this a few months ago. Yeah. to take him out of the game, to take himself out of the game and be like, just don't like the surface, don't like the playing field. I'm gonna sit this one out. You're protecting yourself. You're doing what the best thing is for your body, but at the same time, you need these reps to show that you can do it.
I get it. A lot of NFL players over the years have complained about Tom Benson Stadium, like this field in Canton. It is not great.
Yeah.
So if he plays a shit ton against Carolina and in the last few preseason games, that's great to prove himself.
We forget about this.
I'm gonna give him a pass on this one because the stadium is shitty in Canton. I've actually never been, but I've heard a lot of bad things.
Okay.
This reminds me in Hard Knocks, I think. Yeah, it was Hard Knocks, not One Jets Drive. But Joe Thomas and Darrelle Revis were like coming up and dapping guys up before the game.
Yeah.
And Mekhi Becton and like Joe Thomas jacked each other up. I've been next to Joe Thomas. And I know he's lost a shit ton of weight, but he is a big
still
fucking
big dude. Yeah.
And Mekhi Becton like was bigger than Joe Thomas. I was like, holy shit. So if he's healthy, man.
Again, the potential is there. He has so much potential to be an outstanding left tackle, right tackle, wherever the hell he wants to be on the line. He's just got to do it. He's just got to show up this year. That's it.
All right, Mekhi. All eyes on you. Maybe it'll be highlighted a little more in Hard Knocks. I don't know. Did I miss anything else? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that if Duane Brown's hurt, this is his opportunity to win that left tackle spot. This is his chance to show, especially in preseason, he can do it. He can step up. I mean, he wants to be left tackle. Go be a left tackle.
Right. I mean, the hope is Duane Brown's healthy for the season, but if he's not, and Mekhi Becton wins the left tackle job, plays the first game, and then we're like, all right, but we're gonna have Brown back for the Cowboys game week 2, but Mekhi Becton plays amazing and allows 0 sacks against the Bills or whatever. You're like, well, you have no choice but to keep him in.
Yep. It's a golden opportunity for him. He's just got to capitalize on it. That's what they always say. You know, it's next man up mentality. Just you got your shot. Now go earn it.
Go take it, Mekhi. Rooting for you for sure. Anything else from the Hall of Fame game I missed?
No, other than that one good pass from Zach Wilson. It was good to see. I didn't really see a lot from him. He played one drive.
3 drives. 3 series.
3 drives.
Yeah.
So 3 series. I don't think he scored a touchdown. I don't think he threw a touchdown.
They got a field goal on that drive. No touchdowns.
Yeah. But good to see his confidence is getting there. He's
for sure
kind of getting his swagger back. So that's what you need. That's what you want.
Right. There's probably more mistakes than we know. They're showing all the highlights of Hard Knocks, and he tripped and fell on one of the opening snaps of the Hall of Fame game. But again, that field sucks. And I think he was trying to do the right thing. I'm not saying he was, but there's progress. As small as it is, we'll take it.
Definitely. We'll absolutely take it. And I think that was the biggest takeaway from the game. Just seeing those little clips, and they didn't get the W, but at the same time,
who cares?
What are you going to do? Who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So we got Rodgers 1, Zach Wilson 2, Tim Boyle 3, and Chris Streveler played a shit ton as 4th string, but he just got waived. He got cut by the Jets. Yeah. So we're down to 3 QBs. I don't know if they'll sign another dude. I doubt it. But no more Streveler, who kind of played a little bit last year just by necessity.
What was that, in the Jaguars game, right?
That Thursday night game, right?
Yeah, the Jaguars game. Yeah, because Mike White was hurt. Wilson sucked. So they put Streveler in, and
everyone's like, who's this dude? Yeah.
Gave us a couple good moments, but when he got released, someone tweeted that video of that throw that he had in that game. The tight end was wide open. I think it was Conklin. Just no one probably within 20 yards of him, and he underthrew it by like 10 yards, and he had to like run back, and it was just like,
he's not an NFL
might have been
quarterback.
The sign there. Yeah.
He's a CFL quarterback, Canadian Football League star, not cut out for the States, unfortunately.
Yeah. No,
what are you gonna do?
Definitely not.
Maybe they'll pick up a dude. Probably not. We'll just see a lot of Zach Wilson, like maybe playing the whole first quarter, and Tim Boyle getting 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Against Carolina. We'll see. Other than that, Hall of Fame weekend, raise my hand. Didn't watch the Darrelle Revis or Joe Klecko speech. I don't know if you had any takeaways from that.
Hand up, I did not either.
Okay.
No.
We're busy guys.
We got lives, you know.
We do.
I saw just one clip of Revis. I think he said MJ is to Kobe as Deion Sanders was to him.
Okay.
So
I like that. I think Deion said that.
Deion said that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got that wrong.
I think Deion said he was like Jordan and Revis was like Kobe.
Gotcha. Okay. So that makes a little bit more sense.
I guess so. Yeah. 1-on-1, Kobe or MJ, who you got?
I mean, you'd have to go MJ. I think.
I would think so
it would
too.
Be closer than people think.
I think Kobe's got a shot just because of like the eras you think. Like MJ, like he won 6 championships, no doubt about that. Kobe won 5, 4.
Yeah,
5. But he played in an era where the game was a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And Jordan played in a game where it was a little more physical. I feel like Kobe would have the finesse to beat Jordan.
I think so too. I think it might actually be a toss-up because their games are kind of similar as well, especially as they progress through their careers.
Right.
I think Kobe could do it for sure.
I'm only making this question because again, we are a Jets podcast, so we're trying to talk about football.
Yes.
I usually bring up basketball all the time. Like I was talking about Nikola Jokic like 2 months ago. Anyway.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic? Nikola Jokic?
Nikola, I think.
Whatever. But I say you put Prime.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders, that is his nickname. But you put Deion Sanders against the best wide receiver of his era. I would take Darrelle Revis against the best wide receiver of his era. Just because I think Revis is faster. He could probably make better moves. He could have better coverage. So I'm taking the Kobe Revis anytime.
Okay. See, I'd probably take Deion.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Probably take prime time. Just more so that I think he's a more, probably just because he played baseball too, but he's a more all-around athlete.
Okay. That's fair.
Than Revis is. That's my guess. That's my opinion. Again,
which is why he compared himself to Jordan maybe too, because he also played baseball.
Yeah.
Although I would say Deion was probably a little bit better at baseball.
A little bit better at baseball.
Played in the major leagues. Jordan couldn't get out of Double-A, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. What else am I missing? Aaron Rodgers bought a house.
He did.
Yep.
Just the view from it is ridiculous.
What's a single guy need with like 8 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms? I don't get it. Are you asking me?
Oh, I'm just saying it.
Oh.
Do a lot in those bedrooms.
For some guests? Okay.
I'm guessing.
What are you saying?
I mean, what else is he going to do with them? I mean, he can make each room like a different theme, I guess. Like he could have a Taylor Swift room. Then he could have a Wicked room.
Yep. Has a Rangers room, a Packers room, a Cal room.
A Liev Schreiber room.
just a shrine to Liev Schreiber.
It's just all, you open the door and it starts playing Welcome to Hard Knocks on HBO Sports.
This has been a presentation of HBO. Just got a picture of Liev Schreiber.
And it's like a picture of him in X-Men Origins.
Ooh. Yes. What do you think of Lee? I thought of Ray Donovan.
That's what I did too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, initially because I love Wolverine, so that's my first thought. Whenever I hear him, I think of X-Men Origins, which is not a great movie at all. Pretty terrible actually, but he's in it.
That's probably the first thing I ever saw Liev Schreiber in.
Yeah.
Other than Ray Donovan, and that's it. And he's like never actually been in a show in Hard Knocks before, despite being the voice. So it's kind of cool.
Which, Rodgers made that happen too. So,
right,
the voice of God.
I also heard some things on New York Sports Talk Radio that said Aaron Rodgers cannot call Liev Schreiber the voice of God.
Why? What was their point?
New York already has a voice of God, and that's Bob Shepard, who's like the PA announcer at the Yankees back in the day. They called him the voice of God. New York sports fans are also like super protective of their idols. I know. It's a little annoying.
Just shut it. Yeah, shut it. My God.
My opinion is just let Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers, and he can say whatever the fuck he wants to.
Yeah, especially if he runs us a Super Bowl. He can, say his dog's the voice of God, and
okay,
he's probably right. So
does Aaron Rodgers have a dog?
I don't think so, but maybe he will. He needs a bedroom. He's got a bedroom for a dog. There you go. Just toss him in there.
Honestly, I might be looking for a place to live soon. Maybe I can just hang around Montclair, New Jersey, and be like, "Yo, Aaron, need a roommate?"
Yeah, he can move in. You know, that's a little money in his pocket. He's maybe he's venturing into real estate.
Possibly. Hey, Aaron, I'll pay rent. You set the rate. Let's be reasonable though. But I'll help out around the house. I can mow the lawn. I can do the laundry, wash the dishes, do a little vacuuming, clean the sheets, whatever you need, man. I'm there. I can feed the dog. Take the dogs on walks.
That's a fair trade. I don't think you pay rent if that's the case. You're just looking after the house.
You need a housekeeper, Mr. Rogers? I'm here.
Just let the boy watch your house.
Honestly, this could be a deal. I might try to just walk around Montclair, New Jersey this weekend and see if he's there. No, they're in Carolina.
You got flowers? You got garden? My man Ben
I can plant. I could hoe. Listen, I can bake cookies. And every time you come home from a game, your house is smelling like fresh baked cookies. What can beat cookies? That?
Maybe you have a cookie and there's a little bit of ayahuasca in it.
A
little bit.
I can do that for you too.
You have a tough game on the road. You come home. You have an ayahuasca cookie, if those are even a thing.
Or whatever, a weed cookie, psilocybin cookie. You need a little mushroom trip after the game. I got you.
And if not, you can just have regular cookies, my man.
Whatever you want, man. Yeah,
we'll get the hookup.
We got the cabin crew. The cabin crew does everything.
That's right. Well, at a drop of a hat.
Well, I can. I know you've got some responsibilities, but I'm available.
I would make myself available as well.
House sit for Aaron Rodgers.
Housekeep for Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
Yeah. I would quit my job in an instant. Yeah.
Don't even need a salary. Nothing.
Yeah. I will say, Aaron Rodgers, we know you're listening. You're gonna have to probably get the ingredients for those ayahuasca cookies. I don't know how to source them necessarily, but we'll bake
dosage you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever. Like actually getting the shit, and then
true.
I might need we need like a shaman, but then we can do the rest.
Yep.
We can walk the dog and do the sheets and whatever, but there's got to be like a shaman on call, and we'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cabin Crew Podcast. We're sports. We're football. Got to keep us on track.
We're Jets.
We're a Jets podcast.
Sports.
Yes. So let's wrap it up. Long episode because we had a lot of stuff going on this week. But they do play the Panthers on Saturdays. Not a lot to preview again. We'll see Zach Wilson. We'll see Tim Boyle. Maybe some starters. Maybe like Lazard and Garrett Wilson. Not 100% sure. We'll see. Sauce Gardner. He could also maybe play. So let's bring this to the Ahmad Sauce Gardner. I don't know where I ever got D-Roy from, so I apologize.
That's his handle on Twitter.
That's why. So the Ahmad Sauce Gardner tweet of the week. We have none.
Nothing this week. Hasn't really been too vocal on Twitter this week, so he's focused. He's in training camp. Preseason starting up, so he's hopefully pick it back up in the next couple weeks. But we'll have something for you next week for sure.
Keep your eyes on the prize, Sauce.
Yes.
Not unrelated, but I went to the Mets game Wednesday.
Okay.
And I saw someone wearing not only a Sauce Gardner jersey, but also Quinnen Williams jersey at a baseball game. I mean, the hype, no Aaron Rodgers jerseys, oddly enough, but the hype is high.
They're all coming out of the woodwork now.
The
Jets fans are coming out because it's not embarrassing to be a Jets fan anymore.
It is not. It's less embarrassing to be a Jets fan than a Mets fan. The Mets did win the game I went to, but still they're more embarrassed. So,
yes.
All right, Sauce, stay focused. But if you tweet, we will obviously break it down as we do here on the Cabin Crew Pod. Correct. And last but not least, Jets bets. I'm gonna have to do this on the fly. I don't know any odds for the preseason game. Do you?
I don't either. I didn't even look it up.
Okay.
No.
The Jets lost last week.
Jets lost last week.
What was the final?
I think it was like 21-16, 21.
I know we didn't get it right. We didn't dub it correctly. They did not cover. No. This week the line is 3.5. We're dogs. The Panthers are 3.5-point favorites.
Oh.
So yeah, the spread
over did hit last week. So
maybe the over hits this week. The over is 37.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so spread's 3.5. Money lines, Jets plus 150, Panthers minus 175. Over under 37.5 points.
Okay. Hammer the over.
Sure. I don't know why.
I'm not going to, but
no, I'm not going to bet either.
Yeah. Again, it's preseason. Let's save it for the real stuff.
Save your shekels. I was watching Texans Patriots fourth quarter preseason football tonight before you logged on. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Watching Case Keenum throw a fourth quarter preseason touchdown. This doesn't matter.
It matters to somebody out there. Someone's out there betting. Saw that touchdown and was like, "Yeah." Correct. That's the gift of gambling, I guess.
Don't be a degenerate gambler. Don't be a Phil Mickelson.
Yeah. You saw that clip.
I did. Yeah. Listen, he had the money to spend, I guess, but also like, don't be dumb.
Be smart with your money. If you got a little extra money, have some fun with it. If not, table it.
Chill. Maybe spend it on a Jets game.
Yeah. Go to a Jets game. Enjoy it.
Correct. Root on your team. Learn the fight song. That's our one ask for Jets fans. Learn the go, 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 Jets go. Or something.
It's our homework for next week. That
is our homework. We'll come back prepared.
Having a group sing.
Correct. Yeah. That'll be fun. All right. Anything else from this week I've missed?
Wait, what? You cut out for a second.
Anything else from the week that I missed?
Oh, nope. No, we're good.
That's it. I don't know. Something with the, we got a new setup this week. Aaron's wearing the shirt. Just vibes are just like slightly with too much time in the sun this week. Yeah, it's all right. The Jets are not. They're focused. They're in Carolina, we hope. So for the Cabin Crew pod, I can't even end this correctly. What do I say? Buckle your seatbelts and prepare for landing.
That's it.
That's Aaron. I'm Ben. Always a bumpy ride. But in the meantime, land safely and go Jets.